This is Larry Tentarelli with Blue Chip Daily Trend Report. In today's video, we're going to take a look at our top 5 and our bottom 2 buys since the April lows. The top 5 buys: Palantir, GE Vernova, CrowdStrike, Netflix, and Taiwan Semiconductor. The bottom 2 are Tesla and Alibaba. What we're going to do here is we'll take a look at the original post when I made the buy. We're going to take a look at the chart at the time of the buy, and then we'll take a look at today's chart, the recent close, so we can see how these charts have developed since then. So just to give you a little bit of backdrop, we've been bullish and buying since April 9th. So if we take a look at this post from our members Twitter page, April 9, and if you remember, this is when we got the tariff pause news. So we made pretty big buys in the S&P 500, a 7.5% buy that day, another 5% buy that day. So I was pretty heavy in cash, but we made a 12.5% S&P buy right near the pullback lows for this move. And then on April 11, I posted on my public Twitter page that the S&P 500 just had the highest weekly volume in 14 years, and that similar volume spikes often marked major market lows. So I posted that this week's massive volume selling flush and reversal is identical to prior major market lows. That was April 11. So we started to turn more bullish and started to actively buy coming off the lows in April. So that sets the backdrop for how we got to these buys. So we'll start from the top down. Palantir is up 38% since our buy. GE Vernova up 37%. CrowdStrike up 32%. Netflix up 27%. Taiwan Semi up 21%. So we'll take a look at the first post. Palantir, the buy here was April 23rd. It was an add-on buy, so I already had an open position in Palantir. They're a leader in artificial intelligence. They're a leader in defense technology. So the buy there was $98.36 just after the open April 23. And if we take a look, here is the closing chart for that day. And if we take a look at the chart on Palantir, you can see that it was just starting to break out of a multi-month range. It was trading over all the rising moving averages. And what I do is I like to buy strong stocks in strong sectors, and I buy on strength and I buy leaders. So Palantir has been a market leader for a while. So it just started to break out of this range. And for my system, this breakout over the prior range was the buy signal. We had bullish moving averages. So I added to the buy here, April 23 at $98 and change. And if we take a look at how this chart has developed, we can see that it's been sharply higher. So it started to work right away. There was a bit of a shakeout after earnings. I waited for that to settle down. We did make another add-on buy here. And since then, Palantir's moved on to new all-time highs. So I will say for all of these charts that we're going to take a look at, we've either booked some gains and or moved up some stops along the way for the most part. So I am a longer term holder, but I do like to book partial gains along the way because it helps with position management. So Palantir, recent new all-time highs. We bought this range breakout on a bullish chart, and that has continued higher. Number 2 is GE Vernova, up 37.8% since the buy on May 1st at $383.98. GE Vernova is a leader in the industrial sector and alternative energy. So if we take a look at this chart, we can see similar to Palantir, starting to break out of a range, bullish moving averages, very constructive. And once again, I look for strength and I look for breakouts. So GE Vernova was starting to break out. That was May 1st. And then if we dial down to the recent close, we can see that since May 1st, GE Vernova has been almost straight up. Great to see this. Very strong stock. It's been holding over the 20-day moving average, rising 50-day. Recent new all-time highs. A lot of volume just came in. So we're still long in GE Vernova. Have booked some gains along the way. Very, very strong stock. And what I do, I like to hold my winners. So obviously we are going to book some gains along the way, take some profits, reduce some risk. But overall, I want to stay in the strongest stocks, especially those that are working like GEV. Number 3, CrowdStrike. So CrowdStrike, we started a partial position here April 14th. And often what I'll do is start a partial position and then add to it quickly if it starts to work. So April 14th, 384.96. CrowdStrike is a leader in cybersecurity. We can see this was a constructive chart just testing over the 50-day moving average on the buy. And then we can see that since then, the buy was April 14. And if we take a look on the chart since April 14, a little bit of chop in here, but then it's been pretty much straight up, broke out to new all-time highs, rising 50-day moving average. And this remains a very strong stock in cybersecurity. Number 4, Netflix. April 22 is the buy, 1,049.96. Since then, it's up 27.5%. And if we take a look at the Netflix chart, Netflix was already starting to break out. Looks like it had made new highs right here. We started the position on this breakout over the rising moving averages. And if we take a look since April 22nd, we can see that Netflix also has been pretty much straight up. And what's interesting to see with this Netflix chart, and we can look at the chart from the buy and the current chart on the same page. This Netflix chart might have looked extended to some, but I look for strength. So it might have looked extended there. It was just starting to break out, but we can see it's been very strong since then. So once again, active position management. We want to book some gains along the way, possibly move up some stops. Everyone manages their positions differently, but it's been very strong since then, and we continue to have a position there. Number 5, Taiwan Semiconductor, May 12, 2025, 186.63 was the buy. It's up 21% since then. Taiwan Semi, global leader in tech and semiconductors, and that chart was just coming over the 200-day moving average and had a nice range breakout here, over 182 or so. And if we take a look since then, very strong, recent new all-time highs, rising 50-day moving average, and a bullish moving average cross. So we took a look at the top 5 performers. Now we'll take a look at the bottom 2. So Tesla, 623.25. This was an add-on buy to an existing open position at 339 and change. And if we take a look at the chart, it was just starting to break out, rising 50-day, rising 200-day. This was after their robo-taxi test in Austin, Texas. So it started to break out, but it's been weaker since then, started to pull back. This can be a very volatile stock, but so far underperforming. But the key thing that I do want to mention is we've seen these top positions that are up plus 20 to plus 40%. And then our worst performer since the April 9 low is down 6%, which is Tesla. And then number 2 bottom performer, Alibaba, April 23rd. This was an add-on buy. So I do have an existing position from higher. So we're underwater there. Add-on buy at 118.97. And if we take a look since then, we can see that it's been choppy, started a little bit higher, got shaken out. So not the strongest stock. I am going to give it the benefit of the doubt because I think that BABA has some very good long-term prospects in China, but this has been a laggard as well. So the key thing to take a look at here is I share the winners and share the losers, is we can see that the winners are much bigger on a percentage basis than the losers are. So over time, more winners than losers and bigger winners than losers adds up considerably. So I just wanted to share that, a brief educational video. Subscribe today for our full member benefit. So as a subscriber, obviously the first thing is you'll get real-time portfolio alerts. So all of these buys that you see, these are shared with our subscribers in real time. It gets posted to the Twitter page. We send an email. We send a text alert to those who have opted in, and members get notified of all portfolio alerts in real time. We've got the premium Twitter page, chart of the day, which is our best idea, posted every morning. Every day after the close, Monday through Thursday, we post a brief recap video with best ideas. We post a top 25 list. There's quite a lot of good content. And then one of the most important benefits for members is the premium Twitter page. So real-time updates, best ideas throughout the day, my position activity, and this is for members only. So it's been a strong second quarter. We got the timing right as far as the buys starting on April 9th. We've put up some very good ideas for our subscribers, and we've managed to keep the bad ideas fairly small. So I hope you enjoyed the video, and I look forward to seeing you on our members page today.
Welcome to Blue Chip Daily, one of the industry's premier sources for high-level daily technical and trend analysis. Blue Chip Daily is ideal for both investors and traders of all time frames who want to be on the right side of major market moves and trends. We focus on over 750 large cap stocks, all major stock indices, over 70 exchange-traded funds, bonds, oil, gold, and Bitcoin. Sign up now for Blue Chip Daily, and you will get access to real-time portfolio alerts, premium Twitter page with intraday alerts and commentary, the chart of the day with best idea, daily video and report, and much more at www.bluechipdaily.com. Subscribe to the Blue Chip Daily YouTube channel for more technical and trend analysis videos and other content.